Good morning. I'm going to do a Sunday morning harvest. Come with me. Grab your coffee. Last few raspberries just aren't ready yet. The asparagus is doing nicely. Garden manager is around to help. Got a batch of cucumbers that are about to go up the trellis. This rain has really helped everything. More asparagus. The bushes. I'm walking this way because I did plant a few things around the fruit trees, but they're not doing too well. Right there. Just enjoying the morning. One thing that I have is an issue. It's this little vine right here. I'm pretty sure that that's English ivy, and it's in with the briars and everything in here. I've got to clean that up eventually, just not today. Enjoy the flowers. The butterfly weed is looking awesome. Might try to collect some seed from it and grow some more. We're going to start with this bean patch, see what we can find in there. Bean patch number 1. Just walking past the little corn patches. Need to fertilize, I think. So I've been keeping an eye. I've got American Beautyberry all over the place. And we are just starting to put out our flowers. Look at these guys. Look at that. That is so pretty. A native understory tree that has edible fruit. And it's beautiful and bringing my pollinators. So let's check on that cucumber patch. Again, our garden managers are helping out. That one looks like it's getting attacked by somebody. But we've got many to go, so I'm not worried. That guy's looking okay. Scarlet runner bean. The loofahs are kicking off as the sun gets more and more. They're now finally starting to go up the trellis. I'm super happy. First time growing. Whatever I put there, I think I added more cucumbers. These cucumbers got attacked, but there's one that survived. So, time for the big beds. I do have a squash in here. I do want to put this one so it's running up. Guys, look. Garden toad. Hi, baby. So let's see. We've got a male flower, which is totally edible. And I'm gonna chomp on it for breakfast. But we see that one did not get pollinated. So I'm gonna pop that guy off. Delicious flower. But we do have another female fruit down there. Let's see, there's a little bulb on her. And more male flowers coming. This one didn't make it either. But I am going to put this guy up on a pole. Maybe not today, but it's gonna happen. Check this little guy out. We got some male flowers. Females aren't coming yet. Do have a couple of plants in here. Then we got these guys. Don't think I planted okra yet, but that could be. We're gonna have to wait and see. But I did plant carrots in here, which are coming up. A little toady friend. They're starting to come up. Some other things. There's a squash of some sort. And our little watermelon. As it heats up, the watermelon will come. Our corn is doing pretty good. We are starting to tassel up top. We've got our first tassels. The pollen from the top tassels falls onto the female flowers on the bottom, which pollinates our corn. Don't forget your coffee, guys. Now this one did fall. This is the first one that this guy snapped. But this is the first one to open up. That's so cool. Grasses are awesome and recently evolved plant-wise. Like the prairies and grasses we think of today as just being normal and dominant. They're fairly new in the plant world. evolutionarily. While I'm down on this side, I'm just going to take a look. Again, my brassicas are giving over. I don't think I'm even going to get any broccoli, but we're just going to let them be until I can get over here. Carrots, second round of carrots is looking really nice. These beans are getting attacked, but we do have finally a couple of beans off of these plants. These are a bushing bean, so they shouldn't trail us too much. We've got a couple. These guys, I can't remember which variety they are, but they're definitely a different variety. But they haven't put any flowers on yet. They're really thick stalks. Ooh, they do have. Nope, that's a violet. No, that's their flower. Look at that. Little ants are pollinating. Getting on my fingers. So those guys are looking good. More carrots. So I did come through yesterday and I started opening up for some airflow. Probably could have trimmed a little bit more. I also topped them. So they were growing above the trellis. So I topped them on this side, and those guys are now rooting in water, so they'll be my next round of tomatoes that I'll put in. But they're going to be nice and big and strong. Gotta grab the coffee, can't leave it behind. There is one red tomato hiding in there. I don't know if you can see it. Nope, there's peeking through, but we're going to get it on the other side. So I just want to marvel at some of the sizes of my onions. Like, that's huge. It's the biggest onion I've ever grown. Like, it's ginormous. You know what? I may pick him since he's so big. I'm planting some pesto, so let's go ahead and take this. That is a huge onion. Look at that. Huge. I'm happy. So I did start working on this area over here. I still have this area to do, but I got through all of that and got some seeds planted in here, and I got it mulched to help with the exposed soil. But we're gonna go get some of that basil over there. There's some cherry tomatoes that are ready. So I do want to look at some carrots, see if anybody, they are packed densely. This first set I packed super dense. But let's check and see if anybody's ready to go. Not quite ready yet. Might have to wait a little bit longer. Anybody? Ooh, this one looks promising. He's not that big, but the carrot tops and the carrot are going to go into our pesto. Let's see if we can find one more at least. I do have a couple in the fridge. This one looks like a couple plants. Now, ooh, look at that guy. Look at that one. That's a nice. Now these are short and sweet carrots, I believe. So that's a good size, in my opinion. Good carrot. Some cherry tomatoes. I am going to go ahead and pull a few of these lettuces. They're starting to bolt, but they can go in our pesto. They're not going to hurt the flavor of it, but it will add to it. So here's the basil before. So I just topped all those basils. Now we're going to grab a little fennel to add in. Now we're going to harvest a little bit of the chard, just right here, to go in the pesto. I'm going to make a pasta to go with it, so I want some green in there. The basket is overflowing a little bit. We still got a lot to go. So diving in, we have one tomato blushing. We're going to get that. Check the other guy next to him. Not so much. Ooh, that guy's ready to come off. He's got a tiny blush to him, so we're good. Not many ready right now. Put those in my harvest basket. All these guys are not ready yet. Well, oh, I like. Do have another blush over here. Now, I do have like wildlife, so I am picking my tomatoes a little early. But as long as they've started to blush, they mature from the inside out. So if you've got a blush on it, you're good. But if you can wait a little bit longer, like the first one I picked is better. A little bit sweeter. And now I'm going to grab some of my kale, which is my little trap plant down here. But it's got plenty to harvest from, especially on these guys down here. It's not a lot, but it's enough to go in our pesto and or the salad. We'll see. So over here we've got our tomatoes and peppers on our trellis. The marigolds have finally bloomed. And also I took a trick out of Jacques in the Garden's notebook. And I tied up my marigolds because they were getting kind of floppy. But now they look nice and bushy. So we're looking good. And so now we're going to go on the other side and get some green beans. We're going to check those radishes. One of the radishes is bolting, so we're going to go ahead and grab that one. Check on maybe grabbing a couple others. I like to put root vegetables in my pesto to help thicken it up. Because nuts are expensive. And guess what? You don't have to use pine nuts. I know it's traditional, but we work with what we got. So we got some daikon radishes. Yes, the bulbs could be bigger, but look at all that vegetative growth. You can totally eat the leaves on your radishes. They go good in stir fries. They are kind of spiny the older they are. So I can put them in a salad and I'm fine with it. Not everybody's going to like that, but go for it. Don't be afraid. Now, one of the reasons these guys are a little crooked is the seeds. I didn't plant them. I probably just tossed them out and didn't plant them deep enough. So we live and we learn. Last part, we're going to go collect some herbs in the herb garden and check the strawberries. And I got something cool to show you over there. So I just want to glorify my Mexican oregano. This sucker was probably about that big and it's just gone crazy with all this rain. So I'm going to harvest a bunch of it. We're going to dry some. So is the sage. We've got a ton of basil over there. So let's see what we can get. My basket is already full. So we did a big trim. Backing it up. And look who's in the bed. Toady. So this is what I'm excited about. Well, herbs are looking awesome. But my strawberries are shooting out runners. So they're expanding. Look at that. Free strawberry plants. So happy. That's a volunteer. That's a volunteer. And we have strawberries to eat, guys. Let's see, there's 1, 2. Gotta lift up the leaves. 3. There's another one in there. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strawberries, guys. I'm betting there's more, but let's set those guys right there. Ooh, look at that basket. Let's go back in. Double check. You gotta lift all the leaves. Bet you I missed one somewhere. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I was a good harvester today. Do feel like I maybe need to give these guys a little bit of fertilizer. Old leaves die. That is a thing. So, but they probably could be. Ooh, we don't want that runner going in there. I'm gonna put her back that way. Is there any more runners going that direction? Nope. See, and if you catch it early, you can put it where you want. Okay, I think I got all the strawberries. But ooh, those runners just make me so happy. Look at the little guy. Okay, so lemon balm, sage. Gotta get that thyme. So moving down the line, we're just gonna start pulling stuff. Well, not pulling, but clipping. But lemon balm, some of that can go in the dehydrator, and then some of it's gonna go in the pesto. So I had to look this one up just to make sure. I'm 80% sure that this is lemon basil. So that's what basil flowers look like. And I tasted it. I'm pretty sure that's lemon basil. What do y'all think? I'm harvesting as such. But I'll dehydrate it. Double check, but I'm pretty sure that's lemon basil. So we're back up by the house. And so these are basil plants. But inside here is my ginger that finally popped up. So I'm going to pull these basil plants. And we're going to harvest, or I'm going to pull the bigger ones. And we're going to harvest these dirt. Just the plants. And that's eventually going to give my ginger more space to bump up as we warm up. for basil. This is definitely a mint. One way you can tell mint, it has a square stem. So there's a lot of plants in the mint family that square stem. If you roll it, it feels square. I'm just going to take a couple tops. Something's been munching on my mint over here, but that's okay, because I got plenty of it. I'll show you the rest in a second, which is right over there. That's the main pot. So our last stop, just on the other side. So this is my Russian sage, which is very prolific, so that's why we're in a pot. I'm going to continue to let him grow. I'm not going to harvest. I harvested some yesterday for something. And so this is I've got peppermint and chocolate mint in here. So I'm just going to top these guys. And yeah, I'm rough with my mint, but ooh, it is being difficult. I'm going to stop. Let's go inside and see what all we have. It's mostly herbs, but we're going to run the dehydrator and make some really nice pesto. Okay guys, this might be the largest harvest I've done in a long time. So I had to pull out the bowls. So this is our oregano with our fennel on top, our sweet basil, flat leaf sage, our lemon balm, our giant onion and bolted lettuces, carrots, strawberries, beans, radishes, chard, kale, lemon basil. We're going to make 2 different pestos. It's going to be great. Rosemary, 3 different types of mint, thyme, and there's some purple broadleaf sage under there. This is awesome. So this is the point where you want to start looking at preserving. So we're going to pull out the dehydrator. I'll show you, process a little bit of it. And then this afternoon, I've got to go to the store and get some ingredients for the pesto. But I'm excited, guys. This is a lot. I feel like a farmer. It's awesome. Okay, so we've got the dehydrator filled. We've got our sweet basil. So it's all in there. That one is really thick. Shouldn't really be that thick, but it's what we got to work with. Then we have purple sage, rosemary, thyme. I leave the thyme on the stems to make it easier because they're so small. Then we have our chocolate mint and then our spearmint. Then we have our lemon balm. And then we have our oregano. There's so much more oregano. We have a broadleaf sage. And, ooh, that's lemon balm. What was that one? That's lemon balm. Oh, that was the, that is the basil. Lemon basil. So just got to remember lemon balm. They had bigger leaves. Lemon balm's on top. Lemon basil is lower. But I'm going to start this. I'll run it all day today. And tomorrow when I get home from work, I will package these all up. And then I have herbs. I share with friends. But these guys will last me. I mean, I'll probably get 3 or 4 more harvests this summer of this size, if not more. Okay, so we're starting with the lemon pesto. So this is the lemon basil, and then this is all my other herbs: oregano, sage, some of the fennel, rosemary, thyme, all in there. I get most of the stems off. You don't have to get all of it, but most of it. So now I'm going to put in the extras. Okay, for spices, we're going simple: black pepper, salt, and then I always throw some dried chilies into my pestos. So that's for the spices. And because this is lemon pesto, I'm also going to add in the juice of 2 lemons. And because I don't have a lot of root vegetables, I got some sunflower seeds unsalted at the store. And I'm going to use these in it. The pesto, I've used them before, and that should be good. So I'll try to record me emulsifying. Ignore my crowded counter. But I'm going to use the emulsifier to bring this down to pesto. If you have a blender, it's much easier. But I don't have a blender at the moment, so working with what we got. Okay, so sunflower seeds are in. Last is the olive oil. So I don't go crazy on the olive oil to start. It's all kind of, as you notice, I didn't do any measurements. It's called all diet. That should be enough to start with. And so we will use the emulsifier, get it down in there. So that wasn't enough olive oil, so we're gonna load up some more. Probably used half my bottle. So we have to do a taste test, see if we need to add any salt or anything, and go from there. But that's the pesto. That is perfect. It's definitely got the citrus taste. See, one little nut made it through. It's got the citrus taste. The sunflower seeds were perfect. It's perfect amount of salt. So I'm not going to touch this. This is about to get jarred. And it's not going to last long. I made 2 jars. One for me and one for my friend Randy. She'll get one. But lemon pesto 25. Make sure to label your jars. If I had any extra, they would go into the freezer. And I will with the other batch. This is the lemon basil. This is going to be awesome. So I totally forgot about my giant onion. So I had so much basil and herbs that I had to go ahead and emulsify those. And I've tossed in my spices, I've tossed in my sunflowers, and my onion on top. So now I'm going to continue emulsifying this. And I'm betting that we're at least double what we had. But the carrots and radishes went into this as well. It's going to be delicious. Okay, final batch. I did do a taste test on this one and added more salt and another lemon because just missing a little bit something. It is delicious. Let's see how many jars we get. So we did double. We got 4 of the sweet pesto, so 6 total of all that work. But that's a lot. And we still have a whole thing of drying herbs and all the rest that's going to go into dinner tonight. But I'm super happy with what we have. So 2 of these will go in the freezer. Actually, 3 of these will go in the freezer. And my friend Randy will probably get 3, 1 of the lemon and 2 of the sweet, just because she loves it so much and has been without it for a while.